Now look, I've been in Champ for a few years now, playing Rocket League on and off and really only getting on when I'm enjoying the game. And you could definitely say that during my time at this rank, I've seen it all. Mechanical gods that never pass the ball, people that can barely pass off as Diamond let alone Champ, and just the overall well-rounded individuals. But if there's one thing I noticed, it's that everybody in Champ hates their rank, and all of that frustration with their lack of Grand Champ seeps into real-time games. To be quite frank, I'm sick of all this. Yeah, I'll say it. I'll even make a whole video about it. I don't even care if I sound like a hater, because I am. I don't even care how well this video does. I just came here to rant, to be honest. And don't act like you don't feel the same way. I know nearly half of my audience is in Champ right now because of a poll I took. And the 16% in Grand Champ spend most of their time smurfing in Champ, so they know this too. This range of ranks has to be the worst in Rocket League, and I can name a whole lot of reasons why. Who am I to speak on this? You're talking to someone who's been in Champ for 5 to 6 years now. If anyone knows about this rank, it's me. So here's 5 reasons why I hate Champ. And let me just put a quick little disclaimer for all of my day one haters out there going, "Oh, well how can you speak on these things that make Champ so terrible when you probably do them too?" And to that I say, you're right, I'm probably guilty of over half of these things, but I'm still gonna complain about it because we all know the final step to grieving is acceptance. In this case, I'm grieving that I'll never get to Grand Champ. I've accepted my flaws that make me a permanent Champ player, and if others do the same, maybe the rank will become bearable again. Reason 1, nobody is consistent. We're gonna start off this video light. I'll wait to offend people until later. This one might be the most frustrating one though. How many times do I have to load into a Rocket League match until I'm not guessing whether or not my opponent is going to whiff the ball? And no, I don't mean faking, I mean whiffing. I swear, Champ is the only rank where someone whiffs an open aerial and then comes down the field 10 seconds later to score a flip reset double tap. I shouldn't have to gamble my life on every potential 50-50 just to see whether or not you're even competent enough to hit the ball. And it would be ignorant not to make fun of myself because I whiff way more than the average person.
Oh, wide open though.
Oh, don't say that! No.
That's so unfortunate. I'm faking. I'm faking.
Okay, I'm ready. See you.
I'm dead. Oh, the guy's Murmur. He's there.
Nope. No thank you. But come on, just focus on hitting the ball instead of doing it in style. Overall, I give the consistency of Champ a 2 out of 10. Reason 2, everyone has a massive ego. Oh brother. Champ has some of the biggest egos I have ever seen in my life. Everyone thinks they're the next coming of car soccer Messi, but in reality, you just play for your high school B team. Like bro, take some responsibility for your actions. You got Grand Champ once, 4 seasons ago. Calm down. I don't know how many times you need to hear this, but sometimes it's your fault, not your teammates. And look, I'm not usually one to get too toxic, but I play with plenty of toxic people. I mean, I literally play with Murmur. This man has toxicity coursing through his veins at all time. If I had to describe him in one picture, it would be this. The other team could literally just be complimenting each other and he'll be like, "Oh, it wasn't that good," and proceed to what to save them for the rest of the game. Dude's a straight menace. Shout out to Murmur though, go check out his channel if you haven't, since I just flamed him for no reason. But in Champ, you better not breathe on people wrong, let alone open your mouth before you get tormented for the rest of the game with what to save messages and other chats that probably violate YouTube's terms of service. So put your ego to the side because you're the same rank as these people for a reason. Overall, I give the toxicity of Champ an 8 out of 10. Reason number 3, nobody trusts each other. This one kind of goes hand in hand with the previous point, but I feel like it needs further explanation. Picture yourself joining a 3v3 game in Champ 2 while solo queuing. Within the first 10 seconds, your teammate whiffs the ball and you get scored on. Now, for the rest of the game, you never pass them because of the one mistake they made. That one whiff made you think less of them as a player for the rest of the game, when in reality, you also whiffed the ball multiple times in game. It's just ridiculous. Not to mention, everyone acts like all hope is lost the second you go down a goal. It's like the second you go down a goal in solo queue, there's no hope of winning and you might as well just forfeit. I cannot tell you how many teams will give up when they are down 2 goals with 2 minutes left in the game. Like we have 2 minutes, that's almost half the game. The score is 5-3. If we scored 3 goals in 3 minutes, what makes you think we can't score 2 more in 2 minutes? It's things like this that make Champ bearable only when you're playing with friends, because at least then, you guys can just make fun of each other for being bad. Trust level in Champ gets a 3 out of 10. Reason number 4. Nobody passes the ball. I don't know why this is such a big issue, but the amount of times I see people taking on 1v3s is insane. Like, it's a 1v3, make a pass, someone else has to be open. Stop trying to dribble the ball past everyone else in threes. You aren't Zen, you're not Dark. Just do a little team play and see what happens. Your teammates aren't just there to make up for your lack of defense, they can probably shoot the ball too, and if it doesn't work the first time, just try again. This isn't a game of 21, you have teammates. If you want to go play basketball, go to hoops or something, I don't know. Passing in champ, 2 out of 10. Finally, reason number 5, nobody is the same skill level. There's an old saying in Rocket League that it's harder to beat opponents worse than you, and if there was a line, I'd cut it just to be the first person to tell you that is the most true statement of all time. Mentally, it's actually difficult to play against someone slightly worse than you. They can do the same skills as you, they just aren't as refined, and they also probably make poor choices on the ball. The problem is that these decisions that the worst opponents make just confuse better players more because they aren't expecting such a lapse in judgment. Now, I'm not saying I'm too good for champ because clearly I'm not, but the skill gap between players is so absurd at this rank that it's impossible to build momentum between games. Let's say I start my day off against below average champ players. 9 times out of 10, I find myself making more mistakes because I'm so confused by their weird gameplay when I need to just be focusing on myself. By the time I get adjusted, the game's over. However, the second game is now against the second coming of NRG in Game 7 with 0 seconds left on the clock in the RLCS World Finals. I can't make any mistakes and the playstyle is so different. I'm not ready for it because the adjustment is just too drastic. The reason I bring all this up is because you will find yourself beating teams better than you, but then losing to teams worse than you, and it's extremely tilting and just really hard to deal with overall. Skill level of champ, 4 out of 10. Overall, what do I want you to take away from this video? Nothing, to be honest. I just wanted to make the problems with champ apparent so that maybe we can work to fix it. I mean, I'm sure this video won't anger people more and divide the community even more on the state of champ. Anyways, with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.